Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Spudan here. Welcome back to another Rocket League discussion video. That is right, the discussion videos are back. As we wait for Season 18 here, we talk about things that, why isn't this? What about this? For example, yesterday we kind of talked about the blueprints and kind of reminding you that blueprints exist because a lot of people forget about it. But in today's episode, I kind of want to discuss what is going on with non-DLC cars not coming out with any painted versions lately. Now, DLC's cars besides the DLC cars, obviously we're used to that. We're not going to get painted versions with the DLC cars. But lately, we haven't been getting non-DLC cars for any painted versions. And I could be entirely wrong. There could be an entire explanation, and I don't know the reason. But let's kind of scroll through the past of Fortnite DLC cars, or non-DLC cars, that are not painted for whatever reason. So throughout entire Rocket League's history, when a new car came out, it was always painted, unless it was DLC, of course. Like, we can scroll all the way back to the beginning of the first cars that I've had, like the Artemis and the Guardians. Those were all painted. And the Jaeger, let's talk about non-Rocket Pass cars. The Jaeger, all of them are painted. Octanes, painted. Mercs, painted. All of those things are painted. So it's like, those are non-DLC cars. And then when they started to introduce non-DLC cars, like Dominuses are painted, obviously. But when they started to introduce non-DLC cars, like, for example, the Ford F-150, which is not painted because it's a DLC car. You can make it painted because the back is mod. But, you had, Lamborghinis that aren't painted. That's just the accent color, by the way. I just want to point that out. That it's not actually painted, my accent color. If I changed it to white, that's what it would look like. I just want to point that out there. But you had stuff like that obviously was not going to be painted. You even have the Komodo that's painted. But yeah, let's get into the actual topic of today's video. The first car that we've ever received in Fortnite was the diesel car. Do you guys remember that? That was a $48 bundle for the diesels. Yes, I was the person who bought it. I did buy the diesel, and you got every single painted version. And we were like, yo, this is actually really hype. A one-time purchase for every painted version of a car. And this was a non-DLC car. So we were like, all right, we can expect this going forward. I'm sure there's going to be more cars that come out. And this isn't the last of it that we've had. And then you also had another car, which was the Fuse car. That was another one of those that you had an original design. So you brought every single painted version. It also came in gold too. So that was really cool. And then we started to stray away from some of the painted stuff for whatever reason. Now, there haven't been many examples. Don't get me wrong. We had a lot of DLC cars like the Porsche 911 and the McLaren Senna. Those are all DLC cars. I don't expect those to be painted, even though I really wish the Porsche 911 GT3 RS was painted. It would look so good. But the first example of a non-painted DLC car that was, just really interesting was the Void Burn car. Void Burn, an original design, doesn't have any DLCs attached to it, doesn't have any trademarks attached to it. So why did this not come painted? We still paid the price of 1,500 V-Bucks, which is what you pay. For example, the newest car, which is the Nimbus, which just came out, it was 1,500 V-Bucks for that, and you could buy every single painted version of the Nimbus. It is a Rocket League design. It's not a DLC car. But then you go to the Void Burn here. Doesn't have any painted version. I don't think you can even paint it in Bacchus mod, actually. I truly don't think it's not even paintable. So they clearly coded this. By the way, shout out to NHL. One of the comments, he mentioned this, and I was like, really got me thinking. So shout out to him on that. But I was like, okay, that's interesting not to have a painted version of an original Rocket League design, but you're still paying 1,500 V-Bucks for one car now. Which the DLC cars have gone $28, 2,800 credits, which again, I could, if it goes any higher, I can't justify it anymore, but that could be Lamborghini is setting those prices or any of those. I know it's Fortnite. I'm trying to just justify it at least a little bit, but paying 1,500 credits for a Nimbus with every painted version has more value than paying 1,500 for the Void Burn car. Very interesting, and there haven't been many original design lately, and that's actually it. But what brings me to let's talk about this, and sadly I don't actually have it in Rocket League right now because I'm recording this before it comes out in the files in Rocket League. But the newest car, the Revolver, that is one of the newest cars in Fortnite's little non-DLC cars that gives us, and it does look really good. So I'm gonna head over to Fortnite and kind of talk about it over there. So yeah, we'll see you over there. Also, by the way, in the item shop, even over here, the Nimbus for 1,500 credits and V-Bucks is every painted version. I'll see you guys over in Fortnite and I'll explain that over there. Yeah, Void Burn obviously doesn't have any painted versions for whatever reason. All right, hi, sorry. Dan from the future here. So as I was actually doing that video, after I finished it up, I was talking to my buddy Duck, and I was like, man, isn't it weird we've never gotten painted versions for the Void Burn or the Revolver? And he's like, yeah, also the Lockjaw and the Behemoth. And I was like, I completely forgot about those two cars. So yes, let's add another 2 cars to the list. The Lockjaw is a original Rocket League design, and it would look incredible painted, and it is not painted. I don't understand. They could easily paint it. Bacchus mod, you can't even paint it. So it's not even in the game files, which is just so interesting because it's not a DLC car, and it's exactly like how the Void Burn is and the Revolver car. These cars deserve to be painted, and same with the Behemoth. A Behemoth is another one of those that I truly think would be really cool painted, and again, it is not in the game files that it is painted. So there are no painted versions. Funny enough, back then with the Ford F-150, now that I think about it as I go back into this video, so as we have a Ford F-150, now this thing never came painted or anything like that, but funny enough, you can actually paint it in Bacchus mod. So one of my favorite things is actually to love to rock a gold Ford F-150 or like a titanium white, but only with Bacchus mod. But the fact that original Rocket League cars are not painted is still just insane. So yeah, add another 2 to the list, Lockjaw and Behemoth. But yeah, let's continue on this video here. Sorry about that. All right, welcome over here to Rocket League 2. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, welcome over here to Fortnite / Rocket Racing. As you see, the brand new car here is the Revolver car, and it's 1,500 V-Bucks like the Void Burn and the Nimbus and all of those cars that come with all the painted versions. But there is no painted Revolver, and we paid the same price, and it's like just really confusing to me at this point because you can easily paint these cars. They're non-DLC. Why are you not doing it? Obviously I know the answer. Okay, it's money, I get it. So but I just want to call Psyonix, Epic Games, whoever's controlling this, I want to call them out on, and I think we should bring some knowledge to the community of why these are not. You're paying the same price, 1,500 V-Bucks for a non-DLC car. That means we have not gotten a painted non-DLC car since Epic Games have taken over, when like the games have been like, think about that for a minute. Besides gold and like the neon styles, we have not gotten a brand new painted car. Think about that. That's insanity, and that's something that I didn't even think about either. As you can see here, the Revolver car comes with some cool stuff, and this is where I think they justify adding the price, because they add a bunch of stuff like wheels, decals, and stuff like that that should be free. But yeah, the Revolver here, and a prime example of this right now is the Diestro is in the shop right now. 1 out of 15. What do you mean by that? Oh, I could buy every single painted version of the Diestro for 1,400 or 1,500 V-Bucks since I own one, but I can't buy the Revolver, which is a non-DLC car. I can't have every painted version for the same exact price. This needs to be talked about within the community. I'm telling you guys right now, someone needs to bring this up, because like this is kind of starting to get a little crazy. Now, I'm still going to be buying them, of course, because I'm going to showcase it to you guys, but I think we need to start talking about why are these not painted, or I need an explanation of why these are not painted, because you can easily create painted versions for non-DLC items. It's not required or anything, and this is an original design. We've never seen this before, so you still do it. Well, actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I retract my statement for a moment. We haven't gotten an original design. We have gotten an original design, by the way, because from the Rocket Pass, but I'm talking about non-Rocket Pass wise. My bad. Let me clarify that. We have not gotten a non-Rocket Pass car that isn't painted in so long. Just saying. Just laying that out there. We're paying the same exact price for no painted versions. And I know what you're thinking. Dan, what's the deal with the painted versions? I don't use painted versions very often, but if you're going to charge us the same price for all the painted versions of the Nimbus for 1,500 V-Bucks and give us every single painted version, why not do the same thing, or at least lower the price to like 1,000? Like, if you're not going to give us the painted versions and you want to throw in the decals, at least throw in 1,000 credits instead of 1,500. That's just my take. Like, titanium white with this revolver. Oh, that decal. Oh my gosh. Gold out of gold. Well, gold's a little bit of a sensitive topic. I know gold isn't very popular. They don't add that in general. They don't even add that to the rocket passes. So I definitely understand that. But like, you know, it's needs to be talked about. Anyway, I've dragged this video out as long as I could. No, I'm just kidding. I dragged this out a little bit too long. I'm sorry about that. But you guys know I'm very passionate about this game. And I'm still going to be buying these. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to just give up on Rocket League because they don't have painted versions of the revolver or anything. But it's a topic that needs to be talked about at least a little bit. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Please, these are discussion videos. I want you guys to discuss these in the comments respectfully. Obviously, no one, you know, if someone has a different opinion than you, please respect their opinion. These are all opinion based, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next episode.